President Cyril Ramaphosa once again dodging questions regarding the Phala Phala Farm theft in Parliament yesterday. Well, at least that's what the majority of opposition parties have had to say. The President says he is ready to take South Africans into his confidence, but would like to give law enforcement agencies some space to do investigations. And up until that matter is concluded, he will then tell the nation exactly what happened. We're joined now by Madala Masuku. He is the SACP First Deputy General Secretary, an alliance partner of the African National Congress. But Masuku, thank you very much for your time. Firstly, your overall assessment of what took place in Parliament yesterday. How did you see matters?
Well, Parliament is a democratically established form where elected public representatives represent their constituencies and by extension the people of South Africa. And indeed, members have got rights and privileges that allow them to choose the approach and they want to use in exercising such an obligation, provided that they are within the established rules and procedures of Parliament. However, as the Commission's party, we think disruption of the House might not have been intelligible, given that this is a matter, the matter that we're dealing with is a matter that has been of interest to the people. I think we just think that they should have just allowed the President to explain to their constituencies why he thinks that's the correct approach to handling the matter.
And do you think that he was satisfactory in how he handled that matter? And let's be specific, that it is one matter that has caused what you are describing as unintelligible in its handling, and it's got to do with Phala Phala, Mr. Masuku. Do you think the President was forthcoming with information?
Look, we need to be to understand that the President is somebody that we have elected and have given applications a face of us in the country. So his stature, each time something comes out, he must be mindful that it doesn't look like he is defensive on matters. And in this case, even if he says, no, it doesn't happen, so what will he say? We say. So he says, we have put in institutions, democratic institutions, that must deal with matters like this. And we are all equal before the law. And if anybody is accused, our institutions must help us to get into the truth. And we think that for us it's appropriate, because at the end, if it's wrong, he will have to respond to the wrongness of what he has actually, our law enforcement will have actually found.
Mr. Masuku, let me refine my question for you. The longer the President drags this out, where he is not taking the nation into his confidence, as he says, do you think he has lost credibility, or he is gradually losing credibility by not telling the South African public what exactly occurred at his farm?
Let's put it in this way. Let's put it differently. The longer our law enforcement agencies take, the more they'll be creating a problem. Not only on his case only, and on a number of cases of citizens of South Africa. The longer we take, the more we are going to experience a hell lot of problems. So it's important that our law agencies, enforcement agencies, take these processes seriously and take them faster.
Mr. Masuku, I put it to you that you are deflecting. You're doing exactly what the President is doing, not just to members of Parliament, to the South African public who want answers. Why am I saying that? There are suggestions at least by one opposition party, who say they have asked of this, or they have asked the South African Reserve Bank of this, and that is to say, have you questioned the president around this matter? And the response from the Reserve Bank is that the president has failed to provide answers. You go to the police. I put it to you that you have put, or the president has put those people in a very difficult position. A sitting president. Imagine they were to say, Mr. President, you're in the wrong. We're coming to arrest you. He's a sitting president. Yes, you may say we're all equal before the law, but I'm not sure whether it is exactly that in practice. Let me say this to you, sir. South Africa is at risk of being placed on the grey list when it comes to issues of corruption in the country. The DG of that department has been working overtime, he says, in order to avoid the country being placed on that grey list, in part because of matters around money laundering. A head of state, our head of state, is failing to provide answers on this crucial matter. How do you think South Africans should take him when he talks about matters of corruption? Should we take him seriously? That's why I ask you the question whether you think he's still credible when he talks about corruption.
Yes, Mngambi, same like I do. I feel that this matter is very critical, and we are also awaiting answers around this matter, because if the allegations as they put them turn out to be correct, it's a very serious matter that we are facing. But I'm saying that the president has elected that. I'm not going to talk to the matter now, because at least I want to allow law enforcement agencies to go through this process, so that when they have gone through the process and they say, President, you are wrong here and you are wrong here, I should be able to accept to say, I'm wrong and therefore I'm taking this responsibility. It's a choice that you have made. You would have taken a choice to say, look, this is what has happened, it hasn't happened in this way, and this is what hasn't happened. But he has elected that way, so we think it's also in his democratic right, although it's painful for us. But at the same time, I wouldn't discuss other matters, because I'll be discussing them from a speculative situation, because I haven't had a formal presentation by any structure of law that says this is the situation that we are facing with your president, and when the following things is not responding, these are the issues. I just hear from other people that are like me. It's difficult for me to be able to say this is what it is. But it's a serious matter, and it's actually a matter that we're worried of as a party, and would like to, well, probably, we are going to have an interaction, a direct interaction with the president, given the period that this has taken. We have thought the processes will fall soon, but it looks like it's taking a little bit longer, and we think we'll be having an in-confidence discussion on the difficulty this matter is actually presenting to the country. All
right. Well, still on that point of the president taking you into his confidence, I suppose at political level, as I say, the viewers will be aware that you are in alliance with the ANC. There was at some point a suggestion that the president was going to go before the ANC's Integrity Commission. Are you aware whether he has gone there to explain himself on this matter?
My recollection is that, unless I missed my point, but my understanding is that he has already gone there.
But you see, this is exactly what South Africans have a problem with, because he's happy to go and account to the people that he deems important to answer to, and those are the ANC comrades and alliance partners. And yet, the very people that have put the ANC into government for 28 years running now, he doesn't deem them important enough to tell or take into his confidence. Again, are we back where we started? Remember the former president, what he used to say, and that is that the ANC is more important than the country. I may not be phrasing him correctly, and I'll probably get a lot of flack for this, but there was a very clear direction from former President Zuma that if the ANC is not a priority, then the country is not going to function as well. Isn't that what President Ramaphosa is prioritizing right now? The ANC versus the country.
You see, Mngambi, Arthur Fraser is not just a simple person. Arthur Fraser has been in the structures of the movement, has been in intelligence services, and has been a senior public servant in the country. So if he raises a matter like that, you need to take him like very serious. So for a president, you can imagine if the president says, no, this is the direction. Then Arthur will have to come in and say, no, it's not true. So we'll end up with this argument that doesn't assist us in public to move forward. So when he goes into structures like the integrity and ourselves, it's like me when I've got a challenge and I don't know how to deal with it. I want to approach it in public and I want to deal with it. Firstly, I will feel like I will have to interact with people who are confident, either in my family or within the movement or within the community party, and say, I've got this issue, this is how I see it. So that they can advise me and say, that thing is very dangerous. Actually, you've got to step down. So the Integrity Commission is a sounding board which, for all of us as members of the ANC to say, this thing that we are saying, we are thinking you should take it in this direction, we see it. But, no, the weight of it says you must step down. So we should be able to do that. Or they will say, no, it doesn't mean anything. Just go ahead, do whatever you are supposed to do. If I say, I'm electing to go this direction like the president has actually chosen, they have to weigh up that, what impact will it have in the society. Because the Integrity Commission doesn't look at the ANC. It looks at ANC, I mean, the ANC versus society's interests.
Mr. Masuku, the movement is... Yeah. Mr. Masuku, I'm out of time. Let's leave matters there. The ANC Integrity Commission looks after the image of that party. I'm assisting you there. Thank you very much for your time.